You ever look at a rookie and just know he's built different? That's Tyler Booker. You can feel it the moment he walks into a room or onto a football field. And now that he's a Dallas Cowboy, it's time you get to know the full story behind one of the most underrated beasts in this rookie class. Booker isn't just some project player or late bloomer. This man has been dominating trenches since high school, and not just any high school. We're talking IMG Academy, basically the football version of the Avengers. It's where the best of the best go to sharpen iron against iron. It's where NFL dreams begin way before draft night. And it's where Tyler Booker proved he was a natural-born leader. He wasn't just another name on the depth chart. He was the team captain, the voice in the huddle, the kind of guy everyone followed even when things got chaotic. And speaking of chaos, oh man. Wait until you hear what happened during one of those games. Let's just say it wasn't your typical Friday. Night lights. You ever heard of Bishop Sycamore? If not, don't worry, you're about to. Because Tyler Booker was right there on the field when IMG played them in what might go down as the most bizarre, embarrassing, and downright hilarious high school football game ever broadcast on national TV. A game so wild it sparked investigations, memes, and even a documentary. But here's the thing. While the internet laughed at the mess, Tyler Booker just did what he always does. He dominated. Quietly, efficiently, and with the kind of presence that only future NFL starters carry. So before we dive into what actually went down in that game, let me ask you this. Do you remember watching that infamous Bishop Sycamore game live? Drop a yes or no in the comments if you've even heard of Bishop Sycamore before today. And hey, if you're enjoying this kind of behind-the-scenes Cowboys content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps us keep bringing you more stories like this one. All right, let's rewind to August 2021. The setting? ESPN, national television. The matchup? IMG Academy versus a team called Bishop Sycamore. Now, at first glance, this looked like just another early-season high school showcase. But once the game kicked off, it became clear real quick something was way off. IMG Academy, with Tyler Booker anchoring the offensive line, looked like an NFL prep squad. Sharp, organized, dominant, but Bishop Sycamore? They looked lost, confused, outmatched in every possible way. It didn't take long for fans, and even the announcers, to start questioning what they were seeing. Tyler Booker? He stayed locked in. While chaos unfolded around him, he pancaked defenders, protected the quarterback like a seasoned pro, and showed zero mercy. That game was a blowout, 58-0, and it could have been worse. But here's where things get crazy. It turned out Bishop Sycamore wasn't even a real high school. No campus, no actual football program. Just a bunch of older guys, some of them reportedly in their 20s, posing as high school athletes. They'd played another game just 2 days earlier, and yet somehow they were allowed to suit up on national TV against a powerhouse like IMG. And Tyler Booker? He was literally in the middle of this absurd football circus. Now imagine this, you're a highly recruited lineman, focused on your craft, preparing for SEC football, and suddenly, your game becomes the center of a national scandal. But here's what made Booker stand out. He didn't let the noise rattle him. He handled it like a pro. No showboating, no trash talk, just dominance. If anything, that night told the world two things. 1, Bishop Sycamore was a fraud, and 2, Tyler Booker was the real deal. Quick poll. Do you think ESPN should have done more research before airing that game? Drop a yes if they dropped the ball, or a no if you think it wasn't on them. And I'm curious, what was your reaction when you first heard Bishop Sycamore wasn't legit? Let's hear it in the comments. After the Bishop Sycamore disaster, most of the spotlight shifted to the controversy. But for Tyler Booker, that moment actually increased his visibility. Coaches around the country saw a young lineman who didn't flinch under national pressure, and that spoke volumes. Booker had already built a reputation as one of the top offensive tackles in the country. He was a consensus 4-star recruit, ranked among the top 10 at his position. But more importantly, he had options, big ones. Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Oregon, Ohio State, the who's who of college football wanted him. Despite the chaos around IMG's infamous game, Booker stayed focused on what really mattered: developing his game, protecting his quarterback, and proving he belonged with the best of the best. He went on his official visits, evaluated the systems, and weighed the competition, and when the time came to make his decision, he committed to Alabama. That choice told you everything you needed to know. Alabama isn't for players looking to coast. It's for guys who want to compete with five-star talent every day, be coached like a pro, and chase championships. Booker didn't just want to play college football, he wanted to master it. And Tuscaloosa gave him the perfect opportunity to do that. He enrolled early, arriving on campus ahead of schedule to get a jump start. And right away, coaches and teammates could see he was different. He wasn't just strong, he was sharp. He understood technique. He studied film. He asked the right questions. He brought the IMG mindset with him: discipline, toughness, and relentless work ethic. By the time his freshman season began, Booker had already earned their trust. He rotated in at both guard spots and didn't just hold his own, he stood out. Behind closed doors, he was constantly grinding, learning, and pushing to improve every snap. Now let me ask you, if you were a top recruit, would you choose Alabama, knowing the competition is brutal? Vote yes if you'd embrace the challenge, or no if you'd rather start right away elsewhere. And what school would you have picked in Booker's shoes? I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments. At Alabama, offensive linemen don't just play football, they get built into machines. And Tyler Booker embraced that process from day one. He wasn't satisfied with being a rotational piece. He wanted to dominate, and to do that, he had to evolve. During his freshman year, Booker started by rotating at both guard spots. He played in 12 games and earned valuable reps against SEC competition. But it wasn't just about playing time. It was about transformation. In the weight room, he packed on muscle. On the field, he sharpened his footwork, his hand placement, his leverage. And in the film room, he became a student of the game. By his sophomore year, that work paid off. He locked down a starting role at left guard, and it didn't take long for analysts to start buzzing. Booker wasn't just physical. He was nasty. He finished blocks through the whistle. He moved people in the run game and stonewalled defenders in pass protection. But what really stood out was his versatility. Need a guard who can pull and lead a screen? Booker's your guy. Need someone to shift a tackle in a pinch? He's got the footwork and frame to make it happen. That kind of flexibility is gold in the NFL, and scouts took notice. Teammates respected him, coaches trusted him, and opponents, they circled his name on the scouting report. Tyler Booker had become exactly what Alabama hoped for: a monster in the trenches, molded by fire and pressure. And hey, let's make this interesting. Do you think Booker's best fit in the NFL will be at guard, or does he have the tools to move to tackle? Vote in the poll and let's see where you stand. And if you've watched his tape, drop your scouting take in the comments. I want your honest read. Is this guy the next Quentin Nelson, or does he remind you more of someone like Joel Bitonio? Because the more you dig into Booker's game, the more one thing becomes clear. This isn't just a powerful blocker. This is a lineman built for Sundays. All right, let's bring it home. You've heard the backstory. You've seen the traits. Now the real question: is Tyler Booker worth a first-round pick for the Dallas Cowboys? Let's start with the obvious. This team still needs long-term help on the offensive line. Yes, they drafted Tyler Guyton, and yes, Zach Martin is still elite when healthy. But the Cowboys lost Tyron Smith. And if we're being honest, the depth behind the starters is thin. Booker brings immediate value. Plug him in at left guard, and you've got a mauler who can create lanes in the run game and give Dak a clean pocket. And if injuries hit, his experience at tackle makes him a flexible insurance policy. That's not just a starter. That's a tone setter. But here's the catch. Interior offensive linemen don't always get the first-round love. The value of guards tends to dip unless They're truly elite. So the debate becomes, is Booker elite enough to break that mold? Many scouts think he is. They see a guy who plays with controlled aggression, who processes stunts and blitzes quickly, and who shows consistent effort on every snap. But others wonder if his anchor needs a little more work against top-tier power rushers. It's a fair question, and one that could shape his final draft grade. So here's where I want you to chime in. If the Cowboys are sitting at pick 25 and Booker is on the board, do you take him? Or would you rather look at a premium position like corner, wide receiver, or defensive tackle? Hit the comment section with your draft strategy. Also, let's run a quick vote. Is Tyler Booker worth a first-round pick? Yes or no? Be honest. The Cowboys have to get this right if they want to make a real run in the NFC. And no matter how the draft board shakes out, one thing's certain. If the Cowboys are serious about controlling the line of scrimmage, they better keep a close eye on Tyler Booker.